Ding, ding. It is 12 o'clock on the west coast of the United States. It is 0800 GMT. cBas After Dark is here. I must admit, I have not exactly combed my hair or sort of got ready, other than try and put some lotion on my face to reduce the craggly crankiness of it. But obviously, there is no hope. cBas After Dark is continuing forward here. The number is always 310-776-5867. If there's anything I forgot to do before going on the air, that would be it. Put the telephone number on the screen here so that people, if interested, would be able to text or call me at the number you see there on your screen. 310-776-5869. That's 310-776-Coons, don't you know, right there on cBas After Dark. I finally got the clock fixed. It's showing up a little better now, the time. I actually kind of wish it were more like this. I guess I could do that. At any rate, it is Game Show Tuesday, and boy, am I glad. That is the thing that got me up and out of bed. I was actually laying in bed thinking, you know, I could skip this show and no one would notice and no one would care, which is true. This is not like it's widely known that I do this show in the first place, and even if it was widely known that I do this show, it would not widely be known that I'm kind of back again doing it. If you watched last night, which you didn't, you probably saw this. In fact, this kind of ejected itself and then reappeared on the screen live as a memory card. I'm going to insert it now into the computer. There it goes. You may have seen me talking yesterday. I may have mentioned, I should say, I want this to be like perfectly positioned so you can see the time, even if I'm sitting kind of here. Yes, I was actually hoping this show, this is the Justice Network. Oops. And it is one of the sort of over-the-air broadcast channels that is a sub-channel, right? So I think it's available for free. I do know it's also on Comcast cable lineup in town because that's where I originally watched this show, was on this channel, but on cable, not broadcast. This is broadcast. And right over the airwaves, I would show you the antenna. Well, here's the other antenna, right? I've shown you this. But the important thing is, I really love this show called Bait Car. Now, I don't think it's in production anymore. In fact, before we do the game shows, and we are about to get to the game shows, I want to look up Bait Car on like Google, essentially, because it's not been on for a number of years. Not videos. I just want all. Okay, Bait Car, Wikipedia. Here we go. Never use Wikipedia as a source. Well, we're going to, in this case, Bait Car TV series. That's the one I want. Because I've actually read this article before, and it's actually, as far as I can tell, accurate as far as everything it says. It originally was on Court TV, which is now called True TV. It premiered in August of 2007. Season 2, August 2009. Season 3, 2010. Then seasons 4 and 5 were in what? San Francisco and in another thing. I don't know. Anyway, it went to about 2012. And what it is, if you've heard about a cop operation called a bait car, then you know exactly what it is. They have a car out there kind of very obviously abandoned suddenly, or, you know, the undercover cop gets out of the car and gets into a fake argument and runs off or something. Just literally leaving the car, like, not just open, but with the door running. With the engine running. Leaving the door open and the engine running. And, you know, trying to get people to go, hey, I'll take it, you know, and then just go off. Well, then what they have is cars about 18 different places in... Man, could I just take a second take on this whole night? Because that's the second weird mistake I've made. They have cameras all throughout the car, like 16 of them. And then they also have a kill switch where at some point they can just hit a button, kill the car's ignition, the engine will stop, and simultaneously locks them in the car. That's the other thing. Locks and disables the handle, so you can't open the door. You can't roll the window down. Once you're locked in, and the power is off, and then you're trapped inside this car. It is delicious. I mean, if you love seeing asshole criminals who steal shit get their shit handed to them on a silver platter, this is the show for you. I mean, it's tremendous. It is not necessarily the most racially balanced show I've ever seen. In fact, it really bothered me for the first few times I watched it that, like, it seemed like every cop was white and it seemed like every perp was black. Now, having watched some of the other ones, like in LA, you see Latino thieves from time to time, and occasionally you see a white person on there too. Real ghetto. In fact, just tonight I saw one. Really ghetto, kind of white trash, if you will. Obviously, I think generally the upper class white people are not car thieves. I think it's safe to say. Sorry. Took the contacts out before the webcast began tonight as an effort to try and not be blinking like a madman throughout the entire show. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm struggling with how to watch a game show on here. Should I do it the traditional way and just have it be the game show full screen? That's how I've done it many, many times in the past. I could play it here and we could kind of watch and comment together. And I'm not sure that's what I want to do, because frankly, I kind of like not being on camera. Let's do one that's on camera, and then I'll take a break from it, and we'll be off camera. Okay. What I promised for tonight, and it will be coming true, even though I haven't chosen it, one of these unsold pilots from time, all kinds of time, from the 60s and the 70s, one from 1958 here, some from the 90s, some from the 80s. I have shown the Puzzlers. No, that's the Riddlers I showed. What do I need to show you here? Is Monopoly in here? Yeah. We're going to watch the pilot episode of Monopoly first. This is actually a pilot episode that was taped with some kind of introduction. You can't really see who this is, sadly. Merv Griffin. Like the Merv Griffin of Merv Griffin Enterprises, the game show magnate, tried to make this game show work. I tell you what, I am going to kill the lights and try to dim it as much as possible so that you can see a little better. If I could find my telephone, that would allow me to dim the light behind the screen. Here we go. And then I'll have to actually get up to dim the main room light. The idea is I'll be mostly in a shadow, almost Mystery Science Theater style. And then hopefully Merv Griffin. Okay, that light has been dimmed. Let me kill this light and let's just see. Oh, is that way too much? Kind of, but I kind of like it. All right, well, let's watch Monopoly, and you'll know why I say that in a sec, because the theme song is them spelling the name of the show.
I love it on your station, and it's going to do a job for you.
And it's going to do a job for you.
Sit back there with your King World representative and enjoy this, our next franchise. Or if you don't even want to look at it and just take my word for it, just turn to your King World representative and say, oh, I trust you in King World. Let's put it on the air. Our thanks to Parker Brothers, too, for giving us the right to do Monopoly. Merv Griffin signing off. It's Monopoly, the most prettiest game in the world. Brightest new game show with the very smart contestants, Coach Uncle Benny Bay, and the most Coach
So yeah, there's a little dude in a tuxedo. You didn't imagine that. There's a little dude in a tuxedo running around this illuminated Monopoly board.
Landlord. Let's say hello to our returning champion, Michael, who has a 3-day total of $22,570. Welcome back, Michael. Thank you. Our two new players, Jennifer and Richard. Welcome to Monopoly. Let's get to it.
Excuse me.
Time to acquire Monopolies. We'll give you crossword type clues. The first player to give 2 correct answers will acquire that Monopoly. Good luck to all 3 of you as we cover the board and we begin our game. The first
okay, there's the Monopoly board. You can see.
The letter F. All answers here will begin with F.
Today's letter is F.
First clue.
Cable car.
Richard. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have it. Sorry. How about Jennifer?
Funicular.
Funicular is right.
Funicular. Ooh, wow, okay.
Because you were wrong. And now it's Michael and Jennifer. Here is the next clue. Wabbit Hunter. Michael, Fudd.
Fudd, Elmer Fudd, yeah. I was thinking Floyd. No, not Floyd.
Give one of you a monopoly. Dr. Penicillin. Jennifer.
Fleming.
You got it. You got it. New York, Tennessee Avenue in St. James Place. $560 is their value. We'll put that in your bank account, and you now have that amount.
I don't know if you can see, they turn yellow.
Correct answer starts with the letter B. Here is your first clue. Kosher crepe.
Oh.
Jennifer.
Bagel.
Bagel, no.
Michael.
Linz.
Bagel.
I watched this the other day, so I knew. I didn't know it before.
This one is Michael and Richard. What for you, Michael? Here's your next clue.
The Brothers Gibb.
Michael. The Bee Gees. Oh, Michael, you got it right.
It is the Bee Gees. And I remember thinking, oh, I should have totally known that, and I didn't. So he gets the yellow ones, which now turn red. You can't see these very dim colors, sadly. And you can't see that they're red up here, and they're yellow here.
Nicaraguan president.
Ortega?
Ortega.
Yeah.
Ortega's right. That's one for you, Jennifer.
Again, I watched this the other day, so I guess they're in my head. OPEC.
Michael, OPEC. OPEC is correct. That's one for you as well. Next clue coming up.
Sesame Grouch, Oscar. Of course I knew that.
Oscar. Yeah. Each of you have one correct. The next correct answer will get someone a monopoly. Here's the clue.
Bush's Office, Oval.
Michael, Oval. You got it.
Yeah, I did not mention the year is 1990.
Brings you up to $920. And let's go to the next monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letter H.
Red.
Here's your first clue. Tokyo Island. Richard,
Honshu.
Honshu is correct for one. And let's go to the next clue. Release fee singer. Michael, Humperdinck. Humperdinck is correct. You have the correct answer. Let's go to the next clue. Computer virus giver.
Oh. Duh.
Michael, hacker. You got it. You got it.
Interesting that was already in use in 1990. I wouldn't have thought of hacker being a term yet. 1990 is really early, you know.
Let's go on to the next monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letter C. Here's your first clue, gang.
Circus, Oregon. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Jennifer. That's correct for one. Let's go to the next clue.
Calypso Skipper.
Michael,
Cousteau.
Cousteau is correct. They can. And you each have one. We will now go to at the next clue. Cafe. Richard, China, you got one. All right, each of you have one. Once again, the next
totally don't even
answer
understand that clue.
monopoly.
Gem weight. Carrot.
Richard, carrot. Yeah, all right.
And those turn faintly green because he's green.
Well done. And now let's go to the next monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letter A. And here is your first clue.
Riverdale Redhead. Could it be Archie?
Archie's correct for one. Jennifer, here's the next clue.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Yes, you're correct for me, Argentina. And here is the next clue.
Grant Wood Classic.
Grant Wood Classic.
What is that? It's art.
Richard, American Goth. Yeah.
Yeah. Grant Wood. Oh, that was Park Place and Boardwalk.
Second place. Well done. There are two monopolies left. The next set of answers begin with the letter U. And here is your clue, gang.
There's only two sets of property left. Russian mountains. Urals.
Next clue. Elliot Ness Force.
Untouchable.
Michael, Untouchables. Indeed. And you each have a check, Michael and Richard. And here is the next clue. Perfect place. Richard, Utopia.
Utopia. Of course. That's the shitty light blue ones.
$320 at those two totals, $15.10, only $90 shy of Michael. Second place. There's one monopoly left. Is of course the green properties, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Pacific Avenues. And the answer to the clue begins with the letter R. Here's your first one. Marley's Music.
Reggae.
Jennifer. Reggae is
Rogers.
Rogers is correct as well. Here's the next clue. Conundrum. Richard. Riddle. Yeah.
Riddle. Ridiculous, I was going to say.
$2,430. Congratulations to you. And Mike is $1,600. Jennifer $560. And that finishes the acquisition round. During the break, landlords may use the money they've earned in this round to buy houses and hotels for the properties they've acquired. Houses will cost $50 each, and hotels are $250 each. And we'll be back for that valuable trip around the board where fortunes are made and lost. And that's the way we play Monopoly.
A couple of things I noticed. I don't like the theme song. I do love the use of the crane camera. You can see they make maximum use of their crane camera here. I love that the unsold pilots have stuff like that. Play insert commercial here kind of a thing. I love the board with the lights changing. It looks like an early use of LEDs, but those were not nearly as sort of common and easy to sort of do in a big set like that. This is a high dollar set though, so obviously they could. Although you notice not a lot of saturation with the colors, not very vivid reds, not very vivid greens, especially along the board. And that is an indication to me it's actually not LED. Some other, like, because temperature is a problem, right? You build a floor like that with a bunch of changing colors, you can't just make it the brightest lights you got because those are hot and it's an enclosed plastic thing. It's almost like it's got like fluorescent lights in there with gels on top or something, or maybe, you know, gels on the outsides of the lights, some kind of thing where it wouldn't be a hot, regular, old-fashioned Hollywood light. A couple of other things I notice. The way the game plays, I won't explain the game, we'll watch it, but I can't decide if it is offensive or not that they have we don't say midget, we say a little person, right? Just a small person. A person of small height, you know, an adult person who is not more than 4 feet 2 inches tall, kind of a thing. And he's in a tuxedo, and I assume he's got like a cane. You can see. I assume he also has a monocle, but the resolution is really low, and it's impossible to tell. And again, it's not a kid. I'm pretty sure I've watched this a few times now to know that it's not a child. You know, he moves in very specific ways that are Monopoly-esque. So I'm pretty sure that this guy is actually a small, you know, a small person actor. It's just so awkward to not be able to say midget or dwarf, but I don't want to be offensive. Okay, other things. I don't know. I kind of like the way the game is played. It's a twist on Monopoly in the way Scrabble was a twist on Scrabble. And the truth is, I love. Excuse me while I just get this hair out of my face. I really adore the Scrabble game show. In a way, I do not adore the Scrabble board game, as far as the rules and the way it's played. And I think I would probably have grown to love this version of Monopoly much more too, because I don't think you have the little token player that you are. You're just a color. But then they roll the dice, and the little guy in the tuxedo runs around. And the number of dice you roll is the number of spaces you move. And then, like, if you land on your own space, you get a bonus. If you land on somebody else's space, you have to answer 3 questions. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to explain it. We'll watch it play out. One of the things that always drives me nuts about watching Unsold Pilots is how they act like they've been on the air forever. So even though it's literally the first show, they're like, hey, welcome back. Here's our champion from the last time. You know, it's all a bunch of bullshit. So I really, that always bothers me. But it's kind of a unavoidable. I mean, of course, that's what you're going to do. You want it to seem as real as possible. So that's what you're going to do. It still bothers the crap out of me. It's kind of a, I guess you'd say, like almost a occupational hazard or something, right? One of the hazards of watching Unsold Pilots is having to tolerate them acting like they were successful and have been on the air forever, when in fact it's the only show. Back to it. The only show. Monopoly. Oh, volume.
Welcome back to Monopoly, and this is the big money round where fortunes are made and lost. Now, during our break, our landlords have spent some of their earnings to improve the properties they have with houses and hotels, and let's take a look. Michael, the red properties, you spent virtually every dime you had, $1,600 on on your red property, putting up hotels and houses. Also, that community chest over by St. James Place, the red one, is yours. So spending all that money, you're down to $0. Jennifer, you spent $450 on your yellow properties, putting up some lovely houses, as well as the community chest by Pennsylvania Avenue is yours. All right, you are down to $110. Richard spent $2,300 on his green properties.
Okay, he spent $2,300 on his green properties. One of the weird things is that you can occupy, like you can own a color of community chest. Like your color will become the community chest color for certain spots on the board.
Traveling with my rich Uncle Pennybags.
So here's Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Your property will give you a clue. The answer begins with the letter attached to that block. And here they are.
Okay.
B, M, K, and S. Answer correctly and you'll collect the rent. Remember, there are always two other players trying for a hostile takeover.
Now, answer correctly, you collect the rent. But if you get it wrong, then the other players get a chance to do a hostile takeover. 5.
5. And we go right to takeover. That's exactly what it means. It's an opportunity to take over someone's monopoly. A correct answer will give you that opportunity. And the answer begins with the letter K. Here is your clue. Eucalyptus eater.
Koala.
Jennifer. Koala is correct.
I don't know why I feel like I need to answer them when I totally admit that I've seen this several times.
North Carolina and the Pacific Avenues. Those are the three you want. You give me 3 correct answers, and those will be yours. Okay. And the answers begin with the letter K. Here's your first clue.
Lollipop Pop. Kojak.
Jennifer, you have to buzz in. Go ahead. Kojak is correct. Okay, here's one. Here's your second one.
Kishin's Captain.
Kangaroo.
Right.
Good.
If you do one more, you'll have the monopoly. Here's your clue. Ralph and Alice.
Crimson.
We take $920 away from Richard. And Richard, you owe us $790, but the game's still going on. A lot can happen right here. Let's roll the dice. 4. All right, we moved from takeover all the way over to Connecticut Avenue because that's where you stayed on takeover. And it's yours, Richard. And you'll have 5 seconds alone to defend your property, thus collecting rent of $240. All right, Richard, if you can't answer correctly in 5 seconds, your opponents may attempt to take over the monopoly. The answer begins with the letter K. Right, here is the clue. Islam's sacred book. Quran. The Quran is correct if you have that right. That's the Now down to -550.
7.
EO 7 takes us all the way over to St. James Place. That's Jennifer's property with 3 houses on it. Rent is $570. All right, Jennifer, the correct answer begins with the letter S. Here's your clue. Mrs. Robinson Duo.
Simon and Garfunkel.
You got it. Simon and Garfunkel. Let's roll the dice. 11. And that takes us all the way over to Redner Avenue. That's a red property owned by Michael. Has a hotel on it. Rent $1,150. Oh, and you can use the box, Michael. $1,150. Correct answer begins with the letter B. Here's your clue. Word for word.
Verbatim.
Verbatim. Yeah. 10. That moves us all the way over to Park Place. That is a property owned by Richard and the hotel on it. And rent $1,500. All right, we'll take you out of the rent. And the correct answer begins with the letter N. Here's your clue. Superman's City. Metropolis is alive. And 11. And that moves us all the way over to Vermont Avenue, and that's owned by Richard as well. 2 houses rent, $220. All right, the answer begins with the letter K. Hemingway's Snows. Kilimanjaro, and you got it. And we got $1,800. Followed by Richard, $1,370. You got yourself in the second place, and Michael with $1,350. But during this break, players may use their money to improve their properties. They will be back for our third and final round of this exciting match. Right after these words.
Okay. So it's very clear. I don't really understand quite the whole process of the game. The first commercial happens, and that's when they buy houses and stuff. They make improvements like you do in Monopoly. You can buy houses, you can buy hotels, and that makes the rent go up. So again, if you then when we come back for commercial, if you land on a space where the rent has gone up, it's worth more money if you get the question right, kind of a thing. And it sounds like they follow the real rents of the real Monopoly thing, but I can't tell if that's really true or not. Anyway, let's see. How can I play? No, that's eject. Hold on. Play is here. Weird, that music. Okay. You notice what I say about the crane camera? They swoop along real close, you can see the detail. They sort of float over the little guy with the hat.
Remember, whoever is the winner at the end of this round will get a chance to go for $10,000 in our once around the block bonus. As you can see, our landlords have been busy building while you were away. And let's take a look. Here's how the board looked before they did their building, and here is how it looks afterwards. Basically, there is a hotel everywhere. Michael, you spent $400, so you're down to $950. And Jennifer, on your property, you spent $300, so you're down $1,500. And Richard spent $450. Richard, you're down to $920. Jennifer, right now you are in the lead, but things can change. Let's roll the dice. 7. There's the big 7, and we land on takeover. And that means obviously someone gets a chance here to take over a Monopoly. If you can answer this clue, it begins with the letter S. The answer, and here is the clue, folks. Famous fiddle maker.
Stradivarius.
Jennifer.
Stradivarius.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Let's see. I think I'd like the yellow property.
Yellow property, those belonging to Michael. Marvin Gardens, Venture Avenue, Atlantic. Since you already took over Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Pacific, you get a nice little corner, wouldn't it? All right, the 3 properties there. I need 3 correct answers. They will all begin with the letter S. Here is your first clue. Petruchio tamed one.
True.
Yes, indeed, for one. Here's your second clue. Kane's rosebud.
Fled.
That is correct. And one more, and you have the Monopoly. Here's the clue. Robux buddy.
Sears.
Here's your
So you totally couldn't see the color change there, but it did. Didn't it?
Michael, since it was yours, Michael, you're down to $150. And now it's time to roll those dice. 6. And that takes us over to Kentucky Avenue. That's Michael's property. And the hotel needs the money. The rent, $1,050. All right, 1050. And here the answer begins with the letter B. Here's your clue. Hitchcock Phil. Very good. You got it. All right, Michael, you're up to 4 figures. Second place. Roll the dice. 10. And that moves us all the way over to Pacific Avenue. And next one, Jennifer took over, and it has a hotel on it. Rent, $1,275. All right. The correct
I love that they let the
answer
announcer do that,
Here's
by
your
the way.
clue. Mike Connor's eye.
Manic.
Yeah. Okay, Jennifer, you're going to take it, buddy. $1,975. Let's roll those dice. 6.
6.
And that takes us over to Park Place, and that's the property owned by Richard. Hotel rent is $1,500. All right, need to be 4 figures too, Richard. The answer begins with the letter M. Here is your clue. Soldier of Fortune.
Missionary.
Roll the dice. 6. And that moves us over to Baltic Avenue. That's a property owned by Michael. Has a hotel rent. $450. $450 is correct. Answer begins with the letter K. Michael, here's your clue. Genuflect.
Neil.
Neil. Yes, you're absolutely correct. And let's roll those dice. 5.
5.
That moves us over to Vermont Avenue. That's property owned by Richard. Has a hotel rent. $550. All right, 550. Richard, the answer begins with the letter K. Here's your clue. 38
38th parallel. Korea.
Korea. Korea is correct.
Korea is correct.
Roll the dice.
Okay, I gotta pause the game here at this moment because that illustrates a problem with this game. The bowl they rolled the dice in is a bowl It is not a flat thing. It is,
Roll the dice.
and every so often, you get caught on the curved part, and you end up with a dice that looks like this one. And I guess 6 is the most flat of that die, the way it landed. But like, I would totally, if I were a game show producer, find a very specific and solid need. You know, this is not a wishy-washy, take it or leave it thing. You change that bowl so that the curve, you know, find another way. That is not a good thing for a game, because somebody could say maybe that's 5. I don't know. You want there to be no questions about dice rolling.
That takes us all the way over to Tennessee Avenue. That's the property owned.
And by the way, I'm sorry. I know I'm nuts with this stuff, but seriously, the only reason I'm so certain of that is I've seen a number of different dice games on game shows. One of them or two of them on The Price is Right. There have been 2 versions of High Rollers, one with Alex Trebek and one with Wink Martindale. And then there was another game show, which we will watch later, coming up tonight on cBas After Dark, Game Show Tuesday. It was another unsold pilot that was really crazy. If I can think of the name of it, which I'm not sure I can.
Current hotel rent, $950. All right, Jennifer, correct answer begins with the letter S. Here's your clue.
Florida's Red Men.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay, Michael and Richard. Michael, Seminoles. Seminoles, correct. Okay. Please take over that property. Property on it. You gave me one correct answer. I need 2 more. You can take it over. The correct answer begins with the letter S, and here is your first clue. Chinook and Sockeye.
Salmon.
Salmon. Salmon is correct. All right, one more, and you'll have one monopoly. Here is your clue. Bechamel or Bernaise?
Sauce.
Oh, sauce. Yeah! You got it. Okay. We have that $5,600. Jennifer's still in first place, but very close. And that's the bell that signals the end of round 3. And you are in the lead, Jennifer. But as you know, it's the player with the highest total assets who wins at Monopoly. So anything can happen as we add the value of your houses and hotels to your stores. And we will start with Michael. And let's see when we add the value of your improvements, what your total is. $4,410. Let's see what you do, Richard. Richard, you have 3,170. You're going to add your assets to see what the total is. 5,170.
God, he owns like the entire first half of the board, it seems like.
$1,900 plus in order to win this game. If not, it'll be Richard. So let's find out when we add your assets what your total is. 4,715, and Richard, he gave us $5,170.
Somebody's on the Casio keyboard there. Dun, dun. So yeah, the bonus round for this game, once you win the rather complicated like primary rounds, the bonus round is simple. Get around the board and I think 5 rolls or less without hitting jail. And then there's like some satellite go to jail spaces that you also can't hit. I think the railroads maybe. Place commercial here. You're going to jail. Go.
More. Well, let me tell you something. Relax, because this game is all luck. It's just fun and luck, okay? Oh, so enjoy yourself. It's very simple. You just have to go around the board and get 5 rolls of the dice. If you roll double, you get an extra roll. And of course, if you want to hit, you know that we've actually played 4 go to jail cards around the board. And let's see where you did put them.
Oh, that's right. He places them.
States Avenue, and another there on Kentucky. And of course, the corner one is always active. And you put another one on community chest. And the last one you put on a luxury tax. All right? You don't want to hit any of those words, because if you do, it'll be all over. But you can go all the way around the board. You go without hitting go to jail, you'll get to $10,000. Pretty good, huh? Yeah. All right. Anytime you feel unlucky, you can
stop at any time.
$50 for every square you pass. All right. It's time.
$50 per square that you pass. Okay.
Step up to go.
Yeah, only Pennybags gets to walk on the board, it seems like. Oh, that's right. If you get doubles, it's a free roll. Okay. If he rolls a 5, he'll go to jail. He has 4 rolls left.
Anything other than 6, you'll be in fine shape. You have 3 rolls left. You have $750. So you going? Yeah, what?
What a guy. Oh, Peter Tamarkin, I miss him.
You have left in rolls. You have 2. Right? You want to get the double 3. 2. You do not want to hit a 7. You don't want to hit a 10.
All right, hang on. Hang on. I realize we're at the end here, but I want to see that again because they actually did a focus on him. Like he does a little tap with his cane and then a little nod, like, okay, here's where we are. Like, it's really cute.
Keep going.
Hey, doubles.
You want to avoid a 3 and a 6. You don't want a 3, you don't want a 6, you have $1,350. What do you do? Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Oh my God. 7. And now you're on Pennsylvania Avenue. You have 1 roll left. The only thing you want to avoid is a 4, a 6 or above, and you are one happy fella. But you have $1,700. I'm going for it. No 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
9. And you'll be back tomorrow to play again, except no, you won't, because we didn't sell the show yet. And also the absence of credits. And I don't like that they appear to go dancing with the short guy. North Griffin Enterprises and King World Productions, based on the Parker Brothers board game Monopoly. Well, thanks very much for that. All right, thank you very much, Merv. Hello, it's cBasAfterDark. We're watching game shows on Game Show Tuesday. Now, I'm trying to think. Which one of these could it have been Puzzlers? No, not Puzzlers. There's so many really good ones that my friend gave me. And let's see here. The 21 Pilot, $50,000 a minute. Maybe we'll do that next week. Chain Reaction, Chopsticks, Combination Lock, Decisions. God, which one was it? I guess I can't see. I know this is extremely compelling. Let's just do this. Maybe I can see like the icon and then get it from there. Because I know what it looks like, the set. If I can just get a glimpse of it. Was it Hot Streak? No, it was not Hot Streak. That was another one. That was worth watching, by the way. Party Line, Lucky Numbers. Maybe? No, Lucky Numbers is something similar to High Rollers. It's like really similar to High Rollers. Now you see it. Simon Says it's spectacular. Split Decision, no. Son of a bitch, I can't find the other dice game. And it was really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. And I really wanted to do kind of the dice game thing. At any rate, well, let's pick something else then. Oh, no. I know exactly what I'm going to show you next. It is Game Show Tuesday after all, and it turns out this is the week when actual game show history of a real sort actually happened. I don't know if you're a watcher of Jeopardy. I am myself a fan of Jeopardy. However, they're losing me fast because Jeopardy has had a way of being super obscure lately, to the point of being like absurd. It's really I don't. There's times when I really don't like Jeopardy because it's undersea authors and basket weavers of America kind of thing. It's just like really freaking insane. Open with say Windows Media Player. Here we go. Okay. By the way, this is from Monday the 18th. Yes, Monday the 18th. From technically it is now already Wednesday, and this is Game Show Tuesday on a Wednesday. So I'll get the week thing worked out with the new time slot eventually. But this is the Jeopardy game that aired on Monday. Or was it yesterday? No, it was Monday. It was not Tuesday. It was Monday. And, we had a champion. Everything was great. They go through the game. Everybody's playing their game. And it's really good. And at the end, let's see here. I just want to show you the scores as they're going to commercial. There we go. Okay. As you can see, this is right before they go to commercial. You cannot really see on the screen. 13,800. 13,800. This itself is rare. For them to complete Jeopardy and find that they're kind of tied, that's an unusual thing by itself. It's nothing compared to what happened.
Randy, you'll figure prominently in Final Jeopardy, I feel. We deal with this today. State capitals.
State capitals is the topic for Final Jeopardy. All right, and here's the clue. A 1957 event led to the creation of a national historic site in this city, signed into law by a president whose library is now there too. All right, it's a little specific. I had no idea then, and I mean, even now I feel like I still don't really know this, even though I know what the answer will be. And they go do 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 do. Do 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 do. So what's going on? By now they have placed their wagers. Okay, they've written down before they got the clue how much they're going to risk based on the category name, and then they get the clue, and they either get it or they don't, and they either get the amount they risked or they don't. So. Third place lady, $6,000 she had. She was going for what is Springfield, which is not the correct answer. And she loses all $6,000 that she had wagered, which is everything she had. Then they went to the girl in the middle, who said Austin. 13,800 is what she had. Austin is wrong, so she bet everything and loses 13,000.
Now we come to Mike Drummond. His response was, what is Atlanta? The president in question in the clue is Bill Clinton. The correct response.
The correct response was Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't know where that music was coming from. So he bet everything, lost it all. Hold on, please. I need to find out where that music was coming from because I do want to hear the end of this. And why is there freaking music playing? Is that? I have no idea. It's got to be coming from here. Okay. 1 second here. Did that work? Okay, that seemed to do it. I guess I don't know where that music was coming from. Let's go back to the end of Jeopardy here.
Ladies and gentlemen, is that tomorrow we will have no returning champion. We will introduce 3 new players to Jeopardy. So, sorry folks, see you tomorrow.
Prizes for our second and third place contestants are sponsored by Elite. because now they have a headache. Yeah, so how about that? Like, no returning champion. We're not going to let anybody come back. Everybody has to go home, and we start with all 3 new players. This is only apparently the second time ever this has happened on Jeopardy, at least as far as Alex Trebek remembers. Maybe from the Art Fleming era, I don't know. But I thought, God, and I missed it at the time, and thank goodness I have my little gadget here to record things now, because that's the reason. That's the first day I tested the automatic recording capabilities of it, and damned if it didn't work. All right, we only watched 1 game show tonight. If I start another one, we're going over the hour. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or if I just want to call it quits. I feel like we should watch 1 more game, but I really wanted it to be the dice game. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see here. I'm going to give it 1 more scan. It's not 21, is it? No, it's not 21. Definitely not. It's not Beat the Clock. Anything you can do, I can do better. No. Card Sharks, Pilot 1 and 2. Cash Letters. Chain Reaction. Caught in the Act. Combination Walk, I like. Hot Streak, I like. Now You See It, I like. Lucky Numbers, I've already tried. On a Roll? There it is. It's On a Roll. I found it. Here we go. Enjoy now. On a Roll. This is from the Wink Martindale Library, which is available on YouTube.
Hi, Lily and Lisa, and we're a pair. With these guys, we're on the air with On a Roll. Did you start our show? Get in for it.
So they literally have the Double Mint Twins here as part of this game show. One of them is the official dice hander to the person, and the other one is the Vanna White letter turner.
I'm a flight attendant for Major Airlines. I'm Jerry. I'm a 3-year-old little boy, and I have another one on the way.
Yeah, some women get pregnant and they turn ugly immediately.
That's me. I'm Brett Barrett. I have a wife who I've known forever. Little baby. She's giving me 2 absolutely gorgeous children, a little boy. And right now I'm
Absolutely
working
gorgeous.
at a supermarket in Tuck. I'm working my way through school to be a teacher.
So you need the money, all the money you can get.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, I'm going to wish you as much good luck as I have just for Sharon. And hey, listen, are you guys ready? I am ready for another show. I'm dying to get going, so here we are. Now let's play on a roll. We need to capture these dice by winning the name game. I'm going to show you a famous name. Now we're going to reveal a letter one at a time backwards. First player, recognize the name, gets 4 rolls of the dice. And we will start with the last letter. Go. L. E. K. N. Rep.
How about Garfunkel?
Great singer, good actor, Brett. You have just gained control of the dice for 4 rolls. If you step into the box, I'll tell you how the dice do their work. Take a look up here at our puzzle board. We have 3 separate clues at the top and at the bottom, all of which have 1 single answer. Okay? Now you are going to use the numbers to roll with the dice to uncover the letters. Except for those that are blocked, the ones that have the question marks, they can never be revealed. One word is going to be friend. As you roll, you know how you get double. Because should you,
Okay.
your opponent, Sharon, who is
really just about every other dice game I've ever watched on Game Show Tuesday or in my life has doubles as a good thing. You hit doubles, that's an extra roll, or that's some kind of bonus. In this case, doubles will kill you.
Okay, I'm gonna take a 4 and a 6 in the middle.
L and a W. Would you like to get out of time? You got 3 rolls left, Brett.
Get some more help in the middle.
A 3 and a 6 or a 9.
We'll take a 3 and a 6 out of the top row, please.
A C. And an F. Would you like to get some?
I'd like to, but I can't.
All right. Don't worry. You got 2 rolls left. As long as you have them out, you're in very good shape.
Okay, give me some help.
Yeah.
4 and a 6 or a 10.
I'm gonna take a 10 out of the top row.
Say 3 words blue. You got an L. Who would like to get this?
Okay, she's horrible at the Vanna White thing.
I think the buzzer's wrong.
First time you heard the buzzer, you can see it's an unfriendly buzzer, and that means you have to go there. Okay, gather your okay. You have 1 roll left, or stated differently, this is your last roll, Red.
Okay.
Make sure that it works for you. A 2 and a 4 or a 6.
Well, I'll take it.
Yeah, this girl with the Vanna White thing does the hand motions a little,
And
like it's a little bit too much. Ding.
Rock and roll.
okay, is he in time? And he is correct. Yeah. Rock and roll. Very good, Brad. Now, because you did get that blue rock and roll, you are entitled to get up
How about the Beatles?
for the game.
Is
Is it the Beatles?
it the Beatles?
Again,
So we're doing a password, super password kind of a thing, right? Where these clues that they're unveiling slowly lead them to a puzzle that they have to solve. But first, more name game. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, Sharon.
Principal?
Victoria Principal indeed. And now I hear you are in the driver's seat. You have 4 rolls of the dice. Roll them carefully.
Roll them carefully.
You got a 5 and a 4 or a 9.
I'm going to take a 5 in the middle and a 4 on the bottom.
And you can guess at either the middle or the bottom. All right, 3 rolls left.
Come on, baby.
A 3 and a 6 or a 9. You are locked out of the middle.
So I will take my 3 on the bottom and my 6 on the bottom.
Yes, you will.
A K and a B.
Hmm.
Left. 2 rolls left. A 6 and a 5 or an 11.
I'm going to take the 11.
From the bottom, it's an N. It's blue.
No.
A moment for decipher, Sharon. 1 roll left, and Brett's thumb bouncing over here for a while, so maybe one is coming out for all of them. And a 4 and a 3 or a 7.
Okay, I'm going to take my 7 in the middle.
And I guess that move.
I'm going to do.
Okay. Back out behind the corner. You are out of rolls. The dice are up to Brett.
Another name game.
Back to the name game. Let us start revealing it backwards and go. It's a Y. An E. An L. A K. Sharon.
Please, briefly.
You see what happens when you say please?
I know.
Well, I can say it. You got 4 rolls left. You're looking for a 1, 2,
Rock and roll, newlywed. Let me explain.
Rock and roll and newlywed.
Is it Billy Joel?
For the game.
Not.
Is it Billy Joel? No.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
You don't have to roll left. Sure, but I do have one warning for you. If you roll numbers that are not up on the board, might happen to supposed to be the board right now. Your opponent gets a 3-letter and control of the dice. You don't think you can make the number, you can pass, and make your opponent roll.
I'm going to go for it.
You're going to go for it? I like your spirit.
Doubles. One free letter, take the 2, ding. Almost impossible to read. Like a virgin. Rock and roll, newlywed, like a virgin. Who could it be? Woo! Something else that I noticed. Let me bring the lights back up. Hang on here. Let me finish the show up here after this. One of the things I always complain about and notice and so on is that pilots, and it's a very common practice for a game show pilot to not have, its own set of sound effects, its own set of musical cues, its own whatever the hell you need. So just about all of the music and the sound effects from this game show have been recycled, and I've seen them. This is from 83 or 84, I believe. There is another game show from 89 starring Peter Tomarken, another one-off pilot that did not sell, that used the same theme music as this, or whatever it is. And then this game show actually uses the dings from The Price is Right, and it sounds like the sound effect, buzz-in sound effect from Family Feud, as well as one of the buzzers from Family Feud. I usually am pretty good with those sound effects and identifying where they're from, at least eventually. So, hey, look at that. Our hour is up. I usually go long on Game Show Tuesdays, but we're still getting back into the swing of things. So I'm going to call it a night after an hour. As always, you can text message me here. The phone number right there, 310-776-5869. That is 310-776-COONS, don't you know? And we will have more. It's Media Watch Wednesday. I haven't planned much yet, but rest assured we will have a show, and it will be something different, because I've been saving up so many Media Watch ideas lately that the only problem is I don't know where to begin. So with that, I will bid you good night, good morning, and see you next time on cBasAfterDark. Good night.